Alrighty then. Everything should be recording properly. Mic is unmuted. Everything should be ready to go. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to Kathy Rain. Last time I left off, we got through the first day of this adventure, and we found out that apparently, our dead grandfather has a lot more secrets than he has led on to believe. And we're trying to figure out what has happened to him. And we're going from there. So I'm not good with intros. Let's just jump right into it. Okay. So is there a note on the computer? Looks like it.
Oh, what's this? Hi, Kat. Feel free to use my computer while I'm away. My password is Angel Love, without the quotes.
Okay.
If you call my friend Dave at 555-2492, he can set you up with some software. I'll be back in a few hours, super psyched about the investigation. E. P.S. No gum on the keyboard, please. Remember the last time? Oh, please, like she actually uses the spacebar. Shit, looks like she forgot to write down the username.
I think
I
remember
shouldn't be too
it.
hard to guess. I think it's just some combination of her first and last name.
I think I remember the name, but I'm unsure. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so turn on the power. I think it was E. Summers, but I could be wrong. Angel Love, right? Login successful. I think if I remember correctly, I need to call somebody and get them to get in the computer, but I don't remember. I think I have to call.
It's some advanced.
I think I have to call the hacker Dave dude, and then that'll get me. That'll progress me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Kathy. Eileen said to call you about some software.
Ellie who?
Eileen. Red hair, glasses, speaks so fast her gums ache.
Oh, right. I thought her name was Errol. Figured it was kind of a weird name for a girl.
You must have a hearing disorder.
Ooh.
You must have a thinking disorder.
Oof. Roasted.
Burn.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow. So, the software?
Oh, yeah. No, can't. Not really.
I knew she was full of shit.
Nah, I mean, sure, I used to be able to get pirated software, but not anymore. There was this misunderstanding and my network privileges were revoked. He
Misunderstanding,
and
huh?
Clyde, the campus IT guy, don't really see eye to eye. We used to play bocce together, and let's just say he is one sore loser.
Can't you just hack your way back in somehow? Isn't that what you do?
He blocked the Ethernet port in my room. I don't even have physical access.
Don't you ever leave your room? Use a computer in the library or something. Aren't they connected to the network?
No, there are cameras in there. Clyde is just
Why are there
waiting for me to
cameras
make a
in
move
there?
so he can get me expelled.
Can't you just patch things up with the guy?
No way. He's such an ass. He even thinks TNG is better than the original series.
He thinks the what is better than the what?
Oof.
I know,
Bird.
right? Can you believe that guy?
You call yourself a hacker? Just use your brain, for Christ's sake. Let's figure this out.
Wow, you're so sassy, Nancy Drew. Well, okay, only an admin account can change the access ports. The only way to even theoretically crack one would be if Clyde logged onto a machine to which we have unrestricted physical access. And... Ooh, I got an idea.
I'm not gonna like this.
Probably not.
Well, what you could do is intentionally crash your PC.
That sounds especially stupid.
Well, not crash it, just crash it a little, then call Clyde. Clyde will come over to fix it. If you're lucky, then he'll log onto the network using his admin account. Afterwards, you can use some of my tools to find and crack the passwords locally.
Worth a shot, I guess. Okay, you can come over and set it up.
No way. I have severe IBS, it just wouldn't work.
IBS? What the hell is that?
You seriously don't want to know. I'll have my buddy
Probably
drop
not.
off everything you need. It's not rocket science. You do what I ask, and I'll get you some juicy software. Quid pro quo, Clarice.
Whatever, weirdo. We'll see.
Love how he was mumbling. I could barely hear what he said. Thank God there were subtitles. Okay. Write it in an envelope.
There was a floppy disk in there with a note taped to the back. It's labeled boot. 1. Boot your computer using the blue floppy.
Right.
2. Use the corrupt MBR utility to crash the file system of the computer. Take the floppy out and reboot. 3. Call Clyde at 555-8181. Tell him your computer crashed and give him the error code on the screen. He'll come over and have a look. It shouldn't take too long for him to fix. 4. Now comes the crucial part. You need to somehow make him log on with his admin account. 5. Reboot and retrieve the admin credentials using the blue floppy. 6. Reboot and log on using Clyde's
So
admin
much
account.
information.
7. Look for some kind of tool to remotely open my Ethernet port. Dorm B, room 8. That's it. And remember, if you mess up somewhere, just call Clyde, and he'll have to take care of it. It's his job, after all.
Right. I'm probably gonna have to reread that because I'm not gonna remember it. Readable floppy and drive. Cool. They made it take it back out. There we go. I think. Okay. Is that not what I was supposed to do? And now do I do it? This boot failure.
All right, time for some expert help.
There we go.
IT, this is Clyde speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, I need you to come and fix my roommate's computer.
What seems to be the problem?
It won't start up. There's some kind of system failure with an error code on the screen.
Probably a hard drive failure. Which room are you in?
Dorm A, room 5.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
Thanks.
Sound a lot like Lenny.
Hey, Clyde from IT.
Hi, come in.
Hopefully I did this right.
My, oh my, now how did this happen?
I have no idea. It was like this when I started it up this morning.
Let's have a look. And presto, good as new.
That's perfect. Could you try logging on real quick just to make sure it works?
You go ahead, I'll wait.
I think I have to just like try any like combination. Valid username, invalid username, invalid username, invalid username, invalid username. There we go. Contact campus IT forces.
Oh, now look what I did.
For crying out loud. Let me try to log in with my account.
Knowing my luck because the floppy drive isn't in there.
Okay, everything seems to be in order. I've unlocked your account. Please, try not to break anything else.
Oh, I'll try.
Knowing my luck because the floppy drive's not in there, I can't
Phase
actually
1 complete.
do that. Oh, maybe? Did I do something wrong? I feel like I did something wrong. Just so I don't have to reread the thing again, I want to make sure I did. I was supposed to have the floppy disk in there. I'm pretty sure I was anyways. I'm like 99% sure. Ran the disk into the computer and started. Use the first option to crash the master boot record. Yeah, that's what I figured. So I think I did something wrong. There we go. Admin gadget. Okay, so I did do it right. Okay, I just want to make sure. Admin gadget. Admin gadget. Welcome, Clyde. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to have that on there, but I'm not entirely sure. So what was the dorm room? Dorm B, port A. Oh, port 8.
All right, that should do it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Guess what?
you got it? Hang on. Oh man, I could kiss you! Figuratively, that is.
Oof.
I am so gonna get back at Clyde now. What are those admin credentials, by the way?
Not telling, buddy. Saving those for a rainy day.
Huh. I suppose this nice floppy I've prepared for you stays in my room then.
Sure, then I'll just have to log back on and click that pretty little lock icon again.
Now this is just emotional blackmail.
Yep.
Quid pro quo, Dave.
Fine. I'll have it dropped off at your room. God damn, you're like a she-Clyde. A Clyde-eck.
Huh, that is the worst insult I've ever heard. Later, Dave.
Okay then. Another envelope.
There was a floppy disk inside.
Thank you.
It's labeled Tools.
Oh, no instructions this time around. Okay.
Not a bad idea, but I should probably switch back to Eileen's account first.
Okay. Voice Forge Image Analyzer. Okay. Software installed. Drag and drop image files to analyze. Drag and drop image files to analyze what? I'm confused. Oh, okay. I understand. I have to put it in here. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, don't wait. I'm confused.
I don't think that.
I'm confused. Oh, scanner. I'm dumb. Wait, that's not what I'm supposed to do? I'm confused. Now put that overexposed picture onto the scanner. I'm confused. No, there's the scanner. I thought I had my mouse on it. Apparently not. Okay. There we go.
What the hell is that? Ball lightning? I'll print the whole picture for now, but there's probably more to find.
Printing. Okay.
No, not quite yet. I think there's more to find in this picture.
Oh, okay. No pattern found.
Unusual flower over there, though. Never seen anything like it. Maybe worth printing? Good idea, but I should probably zoom in all the way.
There we go. What else is there?
I don't want to print that part. I don't want to.
I don't know what else there is. I don't see anything. What else is there?
I don't want to print that.
No pattern found. Brightness anomalies form a tilted equilateral triangle.
That shape has to be significant somehow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pretty sure
Now
that's all there
that's
is
it,
to find
okay.
in this picture.
I understand the assignment. Okay, now let me do
This picture
one.
is in good shape. I don't think it needs to be analyzed.
Well, you never know. Okay. print out.
I'll just get rid of the original picture now, since I have the restored version anyway. Strange. Now that I look at them, the lights remind me of something I picked up yesterday.
Church brochure.
Wow, the church logo looks pretty similar to the smoky lights. I might have to visit them after all.
Yeah, I thought I saw somebody outside.
Oh, hello there, Mildred.
Hi yourself, Agatha.
What? How'd you... Ugh, never mind.
I know your social security number too.
Oh, God. Soon you'll start stealing my clothes and then walk around in them pretending to be me.
Who says I haven't done that already?
That's weird.
Okay, I admit that's pretty funny.
So anyway, how did things go with Dave?
Pretty good. I had to sabotage your computer.
You had to what?
Oh, chill outy. It was just a tiny little thing. I just needed an excuse for the IT guy to come by so I could steal his password.
Clyde? But he's so nice. Why'd you want to steal his password?
It's a long story.
Wow, they're hypnotic. Looks like a will-o'-the-wisp. You know, the spirit of the forest.
Oi!
Now, that's just silly, Eileen. There has to be a more reasonable explanation for them.
Hey, there's nothing silly about forest spirits. You should talk to Meadow, my Wiccan friend. She's really opened my eyes about these sort of things.
Isn't that the same Meadow who had an intimate relationship with a tree outside her dorm?
Oh, come on. That was just a phase.
Trust me, I've been through every phase in the book. That definitely isn't one of them.
Eh.
So anyway, is there anything I can do to help?
Well, my side of the room is starting to get a bit messy. There's always
I don't think
that.
that's what she meant.
I meant with the investigation, silly.
I guess you could try to find out more about these lights. Maybe figure out where that picture was taken.
I know exactly where to start. Oh, and yeah, feel free to keep using my computer. I don't need it right now.
All right, I think I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to motivate Erica Wade to talk to me.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Do I call her again?
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Sure, I could just leave a message for that harpy, but I doubt anything I will say will change her mind about helping me. I think I need a more indirect approach. Maybe there's a way to get creative with that answering machine tape.
Well, I would have assumed I needed to use the dictaphone,
No.
but I don't know. What do I do then?
Hey, E, got a sec?
Sure thing, Kathy. What's up?
Have a look at this brochure, E.
Yeah, what about it?
Doesn't that logo look a lot like the three lights in the forest?
Wow, yeah, you're right. You should go pay the church a visit.
That's the plan. Gonna do that tomorrow.
Okay.
No point. I should... What do you think about this flower?
It's beautiful. What kind of flower is it?
No idea. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I got a botany book around here somewhere. I could look it up later.
Sure, that would be great, E. Thanks.
Anytime.
I found this old picture of Grandpa at my grandparents' place.
That's nice. He looks really happy there.
Yep. I wonder what made him leave the Air Force.
He was in a war, you know? That kind of thing tends to scar people for life.
I suppose.
Hmm.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like an okay bunch to me. Just your regular old Christians. My kind of crowd.
That's just it. They seem a bit too normal. And there's that logo,
They
too.
think it's a cult?
It could just be a coincidence, Kathy. The Holy Trinity is typically portrayed as a triangle.
I don't believe in coincidences, E. I believe in action and reaction.
Gee, you sound like a starship captain. Captain Rain of the USS Dignity, here to save the galaxy.
Oh, please, kill me now. What do you think of Lily Meyer's art?
I actually looked her up this morning, and I couldn't find any records of her being recognized as an artist.
Yeah, I doubt there was ever a chance for that to happen. Wade bought everything shortly after she died. I only got a chance to see this one picture. Wasn't all that bad, but
I didn't
nothing
even look at
breathtaking.
it. It was just on the
Maybe
wall.
there's more to her art than meets the eye. Something Wade knew, and we're missing.
Yeah, maybe. Any ideas how to get in touch with Charles Wade?
His daughter is probably our best shot. There must be some way to get her on our side.
Yeah. Either by convincing her or tricking her somehow.
Oh. I just realized.
I wonder what was so special
I
about
have
Lily
to use
Myers.
the...
Well, besides her being a talented artist who drowned herself in a lake.
I bet there's some
that is-
secret about her art. Let's hope Charles Wade has some answers.
I have to use the dictaphone on the voice recorder, and that'll get me to, like... That'll get me to, like, be able to, like, emulate his voice, and then I can use it on the phone. That's how I get it. I understand.
What do you think of this cocky person?
Well, the nickname makes me think of, you know, boy parts.
And you call yourself a Christian. Any ideas about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
Beats me. Maybe he found what he was looking for. Or it found him.
Did you just quote a tagline from one of those cheesy horror novels?
Maybe.
I should get back to the investigation.
Okie dokie.
Let me go back to the computer.
You've reached the Rain residence. Leave a message after the beep.
You're the only one I trust now. Just call me back as soon as you can.
There we go.
Okay, Erica Wade, let's see if we can't motivate you to hear me out.
Found 5 distinct voices separated into sections. Okay.
I don't think I need to.
You've reached the Rain residence. Leave a message after the beep.
I see. Okay, because it would take me way too long. I'm just gonna look to see what the actual message I need to write is. Think that's what it is?
Almost. Just a few more tweaks. That should work. I'll just reuse the same tape and place the modified message at the end.
Okay.
Hello, Erica. It's your father. Call Kathy Rain and give her what she wants. Bye.
Alright, the forged message should now be at the end of the original tape.
This is like some like sci-fi type stuff.
You've reached Erica Wade.
Hello, Erica. It's your father. Call Kathy Rain and give her what she wants. Bye.
You've reached Erica Wade.
Hi, Erica, this is Kathy Rain. I spoke to your father. He asked me to get in touch with you and said he would call ahead. You can reach me at 555-8352. Bye. Your move, Erica.
There we go.
Now that's some out-of-the-box thinking.
Yep, just might be silly enough to work. Well, time for a break. Gotta eat something before I pass out.
Okie dokie. I'll stay here and keep digging.
Alright, see you in a bit. Hey.
Hey!
So, any progress with the search?
Yeah, I was able to identify that flower. It's called the red scythe, or Rosea falcus. I discovered that there was a small nature reserve near Conwell Springs, which was established in '89. The red scythe is on their list of endangered plants. I made a photocopy of the botany book page in case you want it later.
That's something. I should go check it out. Maybe I can narrow down the place where that picture was taken.
My thoughts exactly. Here you go. The nature reserve is marked out on this map.
Jeez, you've been busy.
Well, you know, beats homework.
Amen to that. And, good work, Eileen.
Happy to help. So what?
Oh, hang on. I'll go get that.
Okie dokie.
Hello?
This is Erica Wade calling for Kathy Rain.
Speaking.
Miss Rain, this is terribly awkward. I realize now how rude I was before. I wanted to apologize and ask if there is anything I can do.
Apology accepted. You can start by answering a few questions.
Very well.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather that night in '81?
Not really, no. But what I do know is how it destroyed Father.
It did?
Oh, yes. The two of them were great friends once, and when Joseph was hurt, they hadn't been talking for some time. Father always hoped they would be able to reconnect one day. He kept putting it off, believing they had time. But in the end, it never happened.
So, what were things like back when they were still good friends?
Oh, they were like peas in a pod. Always sharing their war stories and laughing together. In a way, Joseph became the uncle I never had. He was around a lot when Father went out on business trips. Later on, I even met you a few times, when you were just a baby.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no matter, you were so little then.
Erica, I have to ask. Why were you so defensive on the phone earlier when I tried to reach out?
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. Our families haven't been in touch for a long time. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but we all started drifting apart. My guess is that it had to do with Father's growing wealth. Friendship needs common ground, and we started living in different worlds. What happened to your grandfather was the final nail in the coffin. Father just couldn't bear seeing him like that, neither alive nor dead.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky? It may be an Air Force call sign.
I can't say that I do. many friends in the Air Force, but no one I can recall by that name.
What do you know about Lily Myers?
She was a young artist who lived somewhere in Conwell Springs. Killed herself, if I recall correctly. Dreadful thing. But other than that, not much. We never knew the family.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. God dang it, we never knew the family.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Oh, that little girl had a twisted mind, let me tell you that. Oh, my father used to have a few pieces of hers in his collection.
Used to.
Horrible things. I couldn't understand why he ever decided to procure them in the first place.
You say used to have. Did he get rid of the paintings?
Oh, either that or he put them in storage somewhere. I haven't seen them for years. I never bothered to ask him why. Glad to be rid of them, quite frankly.
What can you tell me about Mr. Wade?
My father is a great man. He has so many ideas, so much left to realize, which makes it hurt so much more to see him like this.
See him like what?
The illness and everything, of course.
Right. Yeah, it must be hard.
Oh, yes, indeed. I wish he wouldn't be so stubborn with his treatment. He could go to any state-of-the-art hospital, but insists on being treated in that backwater clinic in Conwell Springs.
The community clinic in the middle of town?
Yes, it's like he's given up and is just waiting for the inevitable to happen.
Do you know anything about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
It's the one and only church in Conwell Springs. I was baptized there, and I married my husband there.
Anything out of the ordinary about them?
Oh, not really. They seem like a typical church to me.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Very well. Feel free to call back if you have any more questions.
All right.
That was all I
Wade
had.
is in Conwell Springs. He's being treated in the clinic. That was Erica Wade. Her father is being treated at the clinic in Conwell Springs.
Being treated? He's sick?
Looks that way. Small miracle they managed to keep it out of the press.
Yeah, I suppose you are returning to talk to him?
It'll have to be tomorrow. It's quite late for that now.
I suppose. Scrabble?
Oh, you're so on. I will crush you.
You're off your game today. Is everything alright?
Oh, shut up. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Oh, up late, thinking about your grandpa and everything?
Not just that, I keep having this bad dream. Well, it's not exactly a dream, it's something that actually happened.
Oh? What is it?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
You can trust me. Whatever it is, I promise I won't judge.
Well, it's your funeral. So, I used to be 16 and also pregnant. Oh no, I broke it.
Please go on.
Well, seeing as how I don't actually have a 5-year-old, you can probably put 2 and 2 together.
You had an abortion.
Sure did. Major pain in the ass too, but hey, couldn't let that pregnancy go untreated.
I'm glad you're telling me, but I really wish you hadn't done that, Kathy.
You're the one that asked.
Who was the, you know,
The donor? You wouldn't know him. The two of us would have made terrible parents, though.
I respect your decision, but you know how I feel about this. That guy up there, he's pro-life. And I'm with him.
Is he though?
I get that. I gotta say, you're being really cool about this, E. I was expecting you to clutch your cross, flip the table, and storm off or something.
I'm not a walking stereotype, you know.
Says the red-headed nerd with the glasses.
Ha ha. But Kathy, If you keep having that nightmare, perhaps you should talk to somebody about it.
Maybe. But I doubt obsessing over it is very healthy either. Your turn, E.
Oh, fine. Oh, I play apricot, orange. Yay, bingo. 67 points.
Well, ain't that fucking peachy.
At least it's not sour grapes.
Touché.
That night, Kathy dreams. Continuation?
A tainted one approaches.
Oh.
Is it time? Yes, a fire that burns so bright. It is almost unbearable to see. Indeed. It seems the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Shall we sculpt some flesh friends, then?
Ew.
Very well. I will attend to the threshold.
Next day.
Good morning, sunshine.
Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble losses last night.
3 times in a row.
Rub it in, why don't you? I'll just go strangle myself now.
Oh, you. Don't be a sore loser. So what's the plan today?
Mr. Wade is the plan. I'll head for the clinic right away. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check out the church and the nature reserve.
Okie dokie. What can I do to help?
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? I have a feeling they're the key to solving all of this. You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs in general, see if anything unusual has been going on.
I'll get right on it.
Great. Thanks, E.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting flower.
Right. Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, I'm assuming...
All right, I'm off. Peace out, E.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
I don't think there was anything to look at here, but I could be wrong. The bear is knocked over, it seems. Ready then. Go to the church first.
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come here.
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
Oh, I would never assume that.
Good. So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy
Ah,
Rain,
you're the
but I'm guessing
part
you
of the
figured
family
that
for
out
the
already.
mausoleum.
I did. Rumors spread quickly around here. So how can I be of service?
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word. He was a great man who did much good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way, he and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh, yes. I was a teenager back then. Full of rebellion, every fiber of my being wanting to distance myself from my father. Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I should follow my heart, regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Do you know anyone who goes by the nickname Cocky?
Probably doesn't.
I have no idea. Sorry.
That is what I assumed.
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. Before I was ordained, I was a substitute teacher in her high school.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
Alright, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot. And when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had the whole world on her shoulders.
Any idea of what caused this change?
Not a clue. All I know is, when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
What's your opinion on Charles Wade?
No opinion. He used to be a prominent figure around here, but he doesn't appear much in town these days.
Actually, he's in the community clinic right now, getting medical treatment.
Oh, I wonder if it's serious. Perhaps I should go talk to him. Even men like Charles Wade need a priest when they're nearing the end of the line.
Do you know anything about Lily Myers' art?
I saw a few pieces. Gorgeous work. Vibrant, surreal landscapes.
When was this?
Must have been mid-70s. The high school had open days with an art exhibition.
So, this was some time before she changed, right? You didn't see any of her later work?
No. By then, she started skipping art class completely, from what I heard.
Maybe she was afraid of what she might draw. I hear it was pretty twisted.
Could be. But alas, I suppose we will never know what was truly haunting her.
I'm doing my best to find out. I don't believe the story to be as clear-cut as everyone makes it out to be.
An unusual theory. How so?
People have taken a particular interest in her art. I think there's more to it.
I wouldn't read too much into it, my child. It happens to all dead artists with any talent to speak of.
Care to tell me the history of the church?
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating one. This church was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the 70s. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he had done so many times before. However, this day was different. My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The sign of God. This epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here, in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed, the stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity, as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay, so what happened then?
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up until his sudden death in 1983. That's when I stepped in to take leadership of the church.
I take it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. But I assure you, the church is still very much thriving.
Looks kinda empty to me.
It's not really our peak hours.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply providing divine guidance when it's needed the most.
I could, but I think I have more to gain from a subtle strategy.
Okay.
I'll keep it to myself for now, until I know more about this church. I don't need to show. Father, do you know anything about this flower?
No, my child, nothing at all.
I don't believe that for a second.
Do you recognize the men in this picture, Isaac?
Only your grandfather. And that's just because I was given a similar picture at the service the other day.
I don't need. Do you know what this key opens?
Probably doesn't.
I'm afraid not, my child.
Okay, now that I believe. Okay.
I don't need to.
Well, I don't think there's anything
That's
else
all
I
I
can
need
really
for now, Father.
ask
May
him.
the Lord shine his light on you.
A striking resemblance, to say the least.
I don't think I can go through this door.
Locked. Locked.
Yeah. There's nothing else I can really look at. Maybe I'll have to come back. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, let's go to the nature reserve. There's the flower.
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here. I need to clear my head.
What is gonna happen? Because this is a cutscene. Hi, buddy.
What the?
Why, hello there. You have laid eyes on this dapper fellow once before, haven't you?
I don't think so, Mr. Clean. Unless seeing your face on a bottle of detergent counts.
Always the joker, aren't you, Kathy?
Who are you? How do you know my name?
It is my calling to know people like you, those shackled by their past, yet yearning for change.
I feel strange. Am I dreaming?
It's the mending. I will try to facilitate.
You're not real. I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the one who slipped away, filled with secrets. While she may be free in death, her cold, wet hands still trap many in painful ignorance.
What is this, Woodstock poetry slam? Mind speaking like a normal person?
One of you had assumed he's not normal.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Wait, what? How did I get here? Am I going crazy? Am I turning into Mom?
Well, seeming as how it sent me here for a reason.
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
Very well, dear.
I'm in the middle of my show, though.
What do you see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever? Do let me know if you come across anything else.
Well, I have a couple other things.
I don't want to Do you know anything about this flower, Grandma?
I can't say that I do. I remember seeing it growing in the woods, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
I don't see a reason to ask.
Well, that was new, and it was something I didn't ask her about.
See you later, Grams.
Take care, dear.
Why did it send me here is my question. Let me go back to the nature reserve. See if there's anything to look at. Oh, there's a thing here now.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home.
Piece of paper.
That wasn't here before.
No, it wasn't. What does it say? Oh, it's the Red Man. Isn't that what's his name? Nathan or whatever? Like Nate said something about the Red Man. It's like, I'm joining the Red Man. Then Kathy says that it's like Santa. It's like, no, the Red Man. Oh, you're not gonna say anything about it?
A bald man dressed in red.
Oh, okay.
Oh, creepy. Hey, is this shovel taken? Good enough for me.
Let me dig up the flower.
Not sure.
Oh, can I not dig up the flower?
Looks like a specimen of the red scythe. It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason.
Oh. Okay.
Not a big fan of that idea.
What am I supposed to do with it then?
That's kind of an arbitrary thing to do.
Okay. Well, I have a shovel now and a picture. Go to the clinic. Oh, it's the bum from the jail.
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that.
Why don't you let me look at it if you're just gonna say something like that?
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All
What a
right.
goober.
I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The silencer to Lambert? Jacob's bladder? The usual surprises? Natural bald killers?
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior.
Yeah, I believe that.
After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Brokenhearted.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Yes, because that's absolutely hilarious.
Natural bald killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
Fair enough.
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
But I just talked to you about everything.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in '81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
And you lost me.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
She's a woman.
Do you recognize the nickname
Anyways.
Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother?
True.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out.
It's fair.
Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
I'm not people friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac the priest is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with
I knew
Billy
it.
Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that.
I was already there, which is unfortunate.
Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other two?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay. Do you know what this is?
Chinese fireworks, of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and Little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy. I don't need to show him that. I don't need to show him. Do you know anything about this flower?
It's red?
Thank you, buddy.
Enlightening.
I don't think there's anything else to really show
Wanna
him.
smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
Okay, then. I might as well ask him about
Do you know what this key opens?
Your heart, mademoiselle?
Oh, brother. That'd be one raggedy-ass bribery attempt. Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
Yeah, there's nothing else to really look at the moment. So let's go inside. I'm probably gonna have to get him to distract this lady or something.
Excuse me, nurse? Hey, nurse! Yeah? Try not to strain yourself.
Whatever. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
How do you know?
I need to get rid of her somehow.
Yep.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. No thanks. I have better things to do.
I have to get him to distract the nurse, probably.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi.
So, how good an actor are you?
The best. The very best.
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies. And that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I knew it. She always gave me these strange looks. I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
I think it'd be absolutely funny.
Definitely Jacob's bladder.
I'm feeling the pressure.
He's gonna be faking like an illness or like faking a death, right? And that's gonna get the attention of her.
Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots.
No point. I wouldn't even know.
I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst.
Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. It's like they're intentionally trying to keep people out.
Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Is that not what I needed to do?
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow.
But how? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so I need him to perform the usual surprises.
Hey, dude.
Oh.
Hey.
Sure.
How about
business as usual? I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Is that not what I'm supposed to do? Oh, I wouldn't. That would take me way too long to figure out. Because she's talking about intervention, I have to use the stun gun.
Hey, dude.
Oh, huh?
Hey.
Sure.
How about
business?
That would have taken me way too long.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
Nurse, he's seizing.
Oh, shit.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
I don't have the password.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Carlita Mendez, huh?
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging.
Okay. That's why I have the floppy disk. It's the same computer type, it seems. That's why I still have the floppy disk, because I still needed to use it.
Crap.
Or Torgador.
Looks like I have to figure out the username some other way.
Well, it was C. Mendez, right? Then Otorgador. Those Wayne.
Gotcha.
8/14/24. So he's 71 before. Okay. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good. The patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. Condition stable. Room 6B. Room 6B. Uh-oh.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
That's not what this is about. It's personal.
Sounds serious. Perhaps I should ask Claude to produce his gun.
You know, Charles, the person most likely to be harmed by a gun tends to be its owner.
Very true. That's something that Japs who captured me learned the hard way.
Did my grandfather bail you out then too, or was that one of the few times where he didn't save your sorry ass?
Hold on there. Explain yourself.
You're willing to listen to something other than your own voice? I'm stunned.
Don't need to be rude about it.
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph, but he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
I wouldn't mind teaching my old man some manners myself, wherever he is.
Yes, of course. You must understand this better than anyone. People like your father simply cannot grasp how far their bad influence spreads. So our family started drifting apart. Eventually my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
That was a ordeal.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks. Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense. He's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Apparently I could have looked up records on Joseph, but I didn't do that because
You
I
bought
didn't
a
know it
number
was
of
an option.
paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Sorry.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
Mighty then.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran, taken shortly before we went to the war.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Those would be huge fireflies, but...
Do you know what this is?
A flower? Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bothering me with this nonsense?
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people a question like that.
Yep.
I don't need to show him that.
I think that's basically everything I can show him or ask him about.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Just some boring landscape paintings. Just some boring...
Okay, same thing.
Looks like Wade brought some of his old tombs with him. That guy is huge. I wonder how many cows he eats per day.
I don't know. I'm assuming the nurse is back. She's not. So I can actually look in the computer then. I think, maybe. Joseph Irving Rain. Patient was brought in by law enforcement in a state of confusion. No apparent exterior trauma. Pupil dilation normal. Unresponsive to other stimuli. Possible stroke. Referring to neurologist for further diagnosis. Okay. Okay, so I need to go back to the sheriff. Talk about Jimmy Cochran. Apparently.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Nope.
Oh, what?
I don't need to ask him that. Do you know anything about the art theft in the Wade estate?
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about that. Lenny!
Yes, boss?
Get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86?
On it, boss. There you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay. 3:11:86, 1:12 a.m. The alarm in the Wade estate is triggered. The house is empty at the time, and the neighbors contact law enforcement. 2:04 a.m. Officers arrive at the scene. Several broken windows can be observed. The sweep of the estate and surrounding premises reveals no trace of the perpetrators. 2:20 a.m. the next day. A single witness, identified as Franklin Goldfarb, with reports saying multiple burglaries. Excuse me. Leaving the scene of the crime. Isn't Wasn't the bum's name like Frankie Gold or something? Not entirely sure. A month later, Charles Wade arrives in Conwell Springs to make an official statement. After examining the house, he reports that paintings with an excess value of $15,000 has been stolen. April 26th. The art in question has not yet popped up in any circles that are known to deal with stolen goods, terminating investigation due to lack of leads. Okay.
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy. Maybe he knows more about the burglary.
Laney, need you to do something.
How can I help, boss?
It's my mother's birthday this weekend. You'll have to get her a gift.
Gift? Like what? I don't really know your mother.
For Christ's sakes.
Shut up. I don't care. I need to talk to the grandmother. Because she knows more about that, apparently.
Oh.
Hello, dear.
There are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
Very well, dear.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man, maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man then. Surely he must know something.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma. I don't see a reason to ask her about that.
Why not, though?
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Oh, that poor man. He used to be an upstanding citizen, you know. Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling on about that imaginary acting career of his.
Sad thing. Do you know where I can find him?
He's homeless, dear. Lost his job a few years ago and never really got back on his feet.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Thanks, Grandma. Looks like I'm gonna have to have a chat with Goober.
Yep.
Bye, Grandma. I'll be back later.
So long.
Okay. So I need to go back to the clinic. Because that's where Goober is now, apparently. Well, he is, probably.
I need a word, Miss Mendez.
Wait, how do you know my name?
It's written on that board behind you, genius.
You have the eyesight of a bald eagle or something?
What can I say? I'm a freak of nature. What happened to Goober, anyway?
Who?
The guy who had the seizure?
Oh, he ran off somewhere. Kept babbling about a religious near-death experience.
Okay, thanks.
So I need to go to the church. Okay. There he is.
Hello again, Goober.
You again? Are you stalking me, girl? You pop up everywhere I go. I'll try to tone down the charm, but I can't promise anything.
Huh, yeah, you're quite the charmer.
I know. I just said that, man.
Listen, I feel kind of bad about the electrocution.
Why'd you
Oh,
say
that's
anything?
what it was. What a cherry on top of my stellar performance.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing.
So what brings you to the house of God? Come to repent?
I'm afraid that ship has long since sailed, buddy. I had a few things I wanted to ask you about, though.
Shoot, Missy!
I don't need to ask him about that. I should probably confront him directly about him being a witness.
Okay.
Your real name is Franklin Goldfarb, right?
Oh, nobody calls me that.
Regardless, I know for a fact that you were a witness to a burglary a few years back at the Wade estate.
Yeah, what about it?
Why don't you tell me what you saw exactly?
I heard the alarm go off, glass breaking, then I saw 3 guys running away, carrying a bunch of stuff.
What did they look like?
It was dark, I don't know, they were definitely 3 big, bulky guys. They
what?
Oh, nothing, that's it. Didn't see anything else.
Bullshit, spit it out.
Well, one of those guys dropped his ring when running away. I sort of pawned it.
A ring? What kind of ring?
Platinum with an inscription. 2 letters, B something. Man, I don't remember. My photographic memory stopped working in 1979.
Which pawn shop was that?
Pete's Pawning and Plumbing. It closed down a long time ago, though. Owner left town. There's a coffee shop back there now.
Too bad. Guess that's a dead end. Thanks anyway. Didn't I see 2 letters fitting that description recently? Not on a building. It was something small. Okay, that's all for now.
See ya!
Oh, wait.
Hi, Goober.
Shoot!
Did the inscription on the ring look anything like this?
Wow, actually exactly like that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Any idea what BH stands for?
Beehive? Bet high? Big head?
Big face.
Okay, that's all.
See ya!
Okay, I don't need to ask the priest anything. Need to go back to the grandma. Ask her about that, because apparently she knows everything. Yes, hello.
There are a few things I...
Very...
Do you recognize the acronym BH? It's on Dad's lighter.
Yes, dear, it means the Black Hats. They're those ruffians on motorcycles whom your father is associated with.
Oh, his biker gang. That makes sense. What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
I refuse to talk about those hoodlums. They turned your father into a horrible person. You should stay far away from them, Kathy. They're awful people, just awful.
I bet they're just misunderstood.
Bye, Grandma. I'll be back later.
So long.
Okay, now I need to go to the police station. This would take me way too long to figure out. I would be running around in circles.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
They've caused us trouble from time to time, but they've been kind of quiet lately. We put a few of their captains in the slammer over the years, but we never managed to find enough dirt on their leader. Bo Brunson. Big Bo.
Do you know where I can find them?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just find a map.
Got it. Thanks. Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Not really, Kathy. Sorry.
I don't need to... Nah. Well, got it.
See ya.
Thank you, Lenny.
Sweet butt incoming!
Like hell I am. I'm nobody's property.
You sure? Doesn't she look like a sweet butt? I think she does.
Step off, creep.
Or what? You tell your daddy on me?
Kick him in the nuts.
You think I need my daddy to kick your pathetic ass?
Oh, I love it when they play hard to get.
Let go of me!
Kind of weird.
God. Let me go!
She's got a temper, this one.
No time for that now.
What the hell's going on out here?
Nothing, Prez. Just having a bit of fun with this gash here.
I suggest you leash that dog of yours.
For fuck's sake, Prospect, not again. Get the hell out of here.
Sorry, boss. I'll go.
He'll be disciplined for that.
He better be. I take it you're Bo?
I am. And who are you, darling?
Kathy Rain.
Bullshit. She lives in the city with her deranged mother. Who are you, really? Did the Vandals send you?
No, they didn't. I am Kathy Rain.
Prove it, then.
Well, I would, but I left my ID back home.
Well, of course you did.
That's convenient. I think I've wasted enough time with you.
I need to figure out some proof.
Okay.
That won't convince him.
Why not?
That won't convince him.
Okay, cool.
That won't convince.
So what do I do then? Oh, I just have to show him the lighter.
This proof enough for you?
I'll be damned. That's Brian's lighter, all right.
I should have done that.
Sorry about the paranoia. We've had some problems with the Vandals lately.
I get it. Can't be too careful.
So, that's your ride out there. Corley Motors, right? 78?
76.
You got the same taste as your old man. He always rode Corleys.
Probably the only thing he and I have in common.
Did you set up those mods yourself? Looks custom made for your, small frame.
Yeah, took some time to get the measurements right.
I imagine so. Girls like you don't often ride heavy bikes.
I'm not most girls.
Ain't that the truth? Most girls don't just waltz into places like this either.
I guess you'd know. Anyway, I had some questions for you in the club.
Go ahead, then. Your old man was a good brother, so I'll indulge you for now.
Do you know anything about what happened to Joseph Rain in 1981?
No, we had our differences, me and him, but that's a horrible fate for a man. I'd rather be dead than a vegetable.
So I take it you and him didn't get along.
No, I could write a book about that man. On one page I'd praise him, on the next I'd want to smash his skull in. He could be a real self-righteous prick when he wanted to, that's for sure. But everyone knew he was the real law around here. Truman was a tool. I respected Joseph, and he respected me, but he hated how Brian looked up to me. Joseph always blamed the club for the path Brian chose in life, even though it was just due to him being a shitty father.
You seriously thought Grandpa was a bad parent?
Everybody knew about it. People just tend to forget the bad qualities of men in wheelchairs. Joseph wasn't a saint. He saw everything in black and white. He was only kind to whomever he considered to be good by his narrow moral standards. The ones who wouldn't fit in that small mold didn't get any chances. None whatsoever.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
No.
Thank you.
Do you know anything about Lily Myers?
Nothing that anyone else around here couldn't tell you.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
Do I look like a pious man to you? I've peed on churches.
That's fair.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
Black Hats MC was founded in the 60s by my old man, my uncle, and 2 other local bikers. Conwell Springs is the mother chapter, and we have support clubs in 6 other locations across 3 states. There's a total of 16 members here, 12 patch, 4 prospects. I'm the acting president of this chapter as well as of the whole club. I've been for more than 15 years.
The law give you any trouble?
It used to be tough when your granddad was around. He and Truman ran a tight ship.
And now?
Now they try, but Boyks and the boy are a nuisance at best.
Tell me, how long have you been the president of this club?
15 years now, give or take. VP for 10 before that.
Good. Then you can tell me why you stole Lily Meyer's paintings from Charles Wade in '86.
Whoa.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'd recommend you be careful with wild accusations like that.
Fine. Is there anything I can do for the club to earn your trust?
You mean like cleaning the toilets? Making coffee? I think we got that covered, Cupcake.
Spare me your sexist bullshit. I can take care of business.
You're nothing like your old man, you know that?
I take that as a compliment.
You do that. In any case, I've had enough of this nonsense. Stop pushing your luck.
Do you know what this is?
Whoa.
What? Do you recognize that?
I saw one of those with my own eyes a few years ago.
Really? Where?
Middle of the woods, on the road to the city. Those things came from nowhere and gave me this crazy headache right on the plate in my head. At the time, I thought it was just a nasty case of migraine.
You have a plate in your head?
Yeah, titanium from a shrapnel wound I got in Nam.
I see. Titanium isn't the least bit magnetic, is it?
How the hell should I know? I'm no scientist.
Do you remember where exactly on the road it happened?
No. Like I said, I dismissed it as a migraine. Didn't pay too much attention as to where I was.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this flower, Bo?
Do I look like a florist to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
You crack me up, girl.
That everything.
All right, I'm gonna hit the road.
Right on. I have some business to take care of, but make yourself at home.
Thanks, Bo. See you around.
Hey, Brian's girl.
Yeah?
I overheard you. I'm Emmett.
Hey.
The boss man isn't usually that grumpy. He's got a lot on his mind. But I think I may know of a way to loosen him up.
I'm all ears, buddy.
Well, Bo and Brian are the double Bs, as we used to call them. They used to have this drink together. Brian came up with it. He called it a Bloodier Mary.
Sounds like my kind of drink.
Yeah, it's basically a Bloody Mary, but with pig blood instead of tomato juice.
I take that back. Gross.
I'm kidding. It's just a Bloody Mary, but with a special ingredient added to it.
If you say that special ingredient is blood, I will literally punch you.
No. Brian refused to tell anyone what it was.
Right.
He only made it for special occasions. It's probably something uncommon, like a rare herb or some kind of expensive spice.
So let me guess. If I can produce this drink for Bo, you think he would help me out?
It'll make him remember Brian, which should go a long way. He hasn't had that drink since your old man disappeared. Brian was like a son to him. The boss would have died for him back in the day. If you could recall the good times with your father, he might change his mind.
I guess it could be worth a try. But wait, why are you helping me?
You're Brian's kid. That means you're family. We take care of family.
Well, how was that drink compared with a regular Bloody Mary?
Tasted a bit more like pepper and had a punch to it. It usually gave some pretty nasty hangovers. Oh, if you had a lot of them, you'd hallucinate some crazy shit. Pretty wild.
Trippy. Thanks.
You're welcome, darling.
So I need to go get the flour. That'll probably get me the special ingredient. Whatever. Double on the flour.
Not sure what. Sorry, endangered flower, but
What is this
I
shovel
really need
for,
to make a
then?
drink.
Hi, squirrel in the tree. Back to the motor club.
I'd like a Bloody Mary.
Coming right up.
Oh, and add this, will you? Just something I like for flavor. Put it in a blender.
Whatever you say. One Bloody Mary. Enjoy.
Thanks, buddy.
The club will cover that, Jose?
Sure thing, VP.
Thanks again, Emmett.
You got it.
Not sure where that leads. Emmett. He has a patch on his jacket that says Vice President.
Oh, he's right there. I was gonna say, it's like, where would Bo be then?
Hey, Bo, I have some.
I'm listening.
I don't have any
Alright.
more questions for you. But I do have a drink for you.
Hey, Bo, I've got something for you.
I recognize that smell. You found your dad's recipe.
Something like that.
Man, is this a trip down memory lane? I keep expecting Brian to walk in here any second. You know, all this nostalgia is making me remember how much I really owe your old man.
Yeah?
Yeah, so here's the deal. In '86, Carl, my VP at the time, came to me and said he had a job lined up for the club. Some guy had offered him good dough for stealing a bunch of paintings from a mansion. He needed 2 brothers for the job. I was busy with other things at the time, so I gave my permission as long as the club got the usual cut. He returned a week later with a nice wad of cash. I didn't realize it was Wade he had knocked off until I read the paper. If I had known that, I'd advised against it. Wade is a powerful man with friends in city council. There's no reason to piss him off.
Got it. So, what do you know about the guy who hired you for the job?
Not much. Carl said it was some bearded preacher.
Whoa, Isaac from the Church of the Holy Trinity?
Could be. I don't know who that is. It was a priest. I know that much.
Thanks, Bo. I'm gonna follow up on this right away.
That's it? You're not gonna ask me about what happened to your old man? Not even curious?
I couldn't give 2 shits about that asshole.
Bullshit. Don't expect anyone to believe you're that angry with someone you don't give 2 shits about.
Either he's dead or he abandoned me. Do any of those options look appealing to you?
They don't, but you should know that no one from the club had anything to do with it. I meant it when I said Brian was a good brother. He had no enemies here. Not then, and not now.
Comforting to hear, Mr. President.
Shut up and listen, girl. I'm trying to tell you something. Brian used to talk about heading to Mexico, about riding off into the sunset and getting away from all his newfound responsibilities. And I think part of him was serious. You deserve to know that there's a chance he's still out there somewhere.
Sure. Let's hope that bastard is living it up somewhere.
Just take care of yourself, you hear?
You too.
Cat. So I think I just leave. Now what? Can't go back to the nature reserve, so apparently that was that. Let's go. Wait, no, I need to go to the church, not the cemetery. I didn't mean to come here. I think that's what it wanted from me anyways. Because I don't know what else there would be to do. Like, get back on your motorcycle. Church.
Shit, they're closed. I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're closed.
Okay, so where do I go then? I don't know. I don't think there's any point to come back here.
I have some more questions. What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
Not much. They used to stir up all sorts of trouble, but Truman kept them in check.
What about now? Are they still active?
I believe they are. Given the incompetence of Sheriff Boyks, I'm sure they're having a field day out there.
Do you know where I can find them?
Not exactly. They have a clubhouse somewhere outside of town, but that's all I know.
Thanks, Charles.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what do I do now? I don't know. Can't go back to the Black Hats. I don't know what it wants me to do. Because I feel like the day was supposed to end. Go back to the Rain residence, I assume.
Oh, hello.
There are a few things I need.
Very
Okay, apparently I'm missing something. Oh, I need to go to the lakeside cabin. Or the cemetery. Oh, I need to go... Apparently there's an achievement in the cemetery. I knew it had to be something to do with the shovel. So there was a reason to go to the cemetery. I assume that's something I can do anyways. Other than that, it's like the cabin is the only place that I can really think of going where it's somewhat of progression.
I'm just... Rest in peace, Grandpa. I wish things could have been different.
Oh, is there nothing I can do with this? Apparently not. Maybe there was nothing here. Like the guide says there's an achievement for using the shovel on your grandpa's grave. Like Gravedigger went to extreme lengths to reunite with Grandpa, but there's no thing. So, okay. That's the lakeside cabin. There's a seagull on the roof.
Not sure.
Oh, it's you again. Come on in.
I like how you close the door and then open it again to let me in. Where's the kid?
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I need to talk to him about this.
That's what I was missing. Oh, what? God dang it. Thank you, game. I didn't realize you were gonna start speaking. I thought you were just gonna kick me back out. Well, that's unfortunate. Because it said speak with Sue, then exit the cabin.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, Grandma, it got kind of late. Would it be okay if I stay the night?
Of course, dear. Have a seat. I'll make you something to eat.
Oh, you're the best. I'm starving.
That night, Kathy dreams. About what? Oh, it's the kid again.
Do you see? You are bound to her, and she to you. The separation is an open wound, a tear that can only be cauterized in agony. For our God is a consuming fire.
Okay, then.
Lily's painting, burning, and the kid from the cemetery. It's gotta mean something.
Well, I think I'm gonna end it there, because I don't have much time at this moment, and I feel like that's enough progress for one day. I got through 2 days, got through day 2, and I got through day 3. So next time I'll try to finish this up, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, thank you everyone for watching. I'm not good with outros, so I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!